So let me know, Saints fans, who ya got. New Orleans versus Chicago. If you think that the Saints, the black and gold, the good guys, if you will, are going to come out with a victory, just give me a simple who dat in the comment section. If you think that the Chicago Bears are going to make something crazy happen, have a crazy upset win, just give me a the Bears in the comment section down below. Without further ado, let's get this party started. What's cracking, Saints fans? Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I'm just going to go ahead and say this. I'm kind of under the weather, dealing with a little bit of a cold. Got about 4 hours of sleep last night because I was here at the Chat Sports Studios till 3:45 in the morning doing a 24-hour live stream with my guy Mitchell Renz. Was so proud to be a part of that. That being said, your boy's tired, your boy's a little sick, so just bear with me. If I take a sip of water throughout this, I'm sorry. But today's show is going to be a Saints versus Bears preview. We're going to go through some injury notes, some injury updates, notable things, notable storylines, as well as my keys to victory. So without further ado, I do want to bring some roster news to y'all's attention. So the Las Vegas Raiders, they recently just fired Josh McDaniels. That's why the Raiders report was live for 26 hours actually, live straight. But they recently signed Jalen Smith off of the Saints practice squad. So Jalen Smith no longer around in New Orleans. However, his position has been filled by former Texans linebacker Corey Littleton. Aaron Wilson, he said that, retweeted this out saying former Texans linebacker signed to the practice squad with New Orleans. So I will say this. I think this is pretty cool because I talked about Corey Littleton yesterday. I suggested it. Maybe I know ball. Maybe you should subscribe. But here's my take on this. This game is going to be big because if you can go on a win streak here over the next few weeks, you will get back on track. You will right the ship. You can, you can't erase it, but you can at least be like, all right, that Green Bay Packers loss, it's in the past. We're winning now. That Titans win, it was nice, but could have played better. The Panthers win, great. The Patriots win, great. What about the Bucs loss? You want to forget that. If you can go on a nice little run here, you are primed for a playoff spot. I mean, look at the upcoming schedule in the next 5 weeks. You got the Bears, who stink. You got producer Seeps and Marcus Davenport over at the Minnesota Vikings. Got to play them the following week. But then you get a break. You get the bye week to prepare for those scumbag, cheating, loser, 25-point lead blowing Atlanta Falcons. And then you actually take on a very tough opponent in the Detroit Lions. So without this, without going into too much detail on the next few weeks, we do have to talk about this matchup first. So I do find this pretty intriguing. The over/under set at 41, but the New Orleans Saints 9-point favorites. It's pretty great. Vegas thinks that the Saints can win this game big time. I think that the Saints can win this game big time. And I also do think that the Bears should not be overlooked. I have a ton of thoughts. I have a ton of analysis that I want to discuss. But guys, we will be live 1 hour before kickoff. Our watch parties have been electric this year. They've been so much fun. Last week, over $1,000 in donations. Shout out to so many real ones. Shout out to all of you who have donated. Shout out to the members of the Golden Gang. But guys, it was absolutely electric. Because of the craziness that y'all put me through, we're doing a signed jersey giveaway. So if you want to know what player it is, I'm not sure. I told Mitchell Renz, I said, I just want to be surprised. I'm going to be honest. I want to show up Sunday. I want to see the jersey on my desk, and that's what I want it to be. So I'm going to be surprised. You're going to be surprised. I'm also going to be wearing a suit. You bought me wearing a suit. There you frickin' go. Because you guys subbed, because you guys sent in Super Chats, because you liked the video, because you helped me out, I'm going to wear a suit for game day. So guys, join us live for our watch party, and it's going to be a blast. Turn on your notifications, subscribe today. So let's take a look at how Chicago has fared leading up to the matchup against New Orleans. So they did lose to the Green Bay Packers, lost to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, lost to Kansas City, lost to Denver. But then you finally get a win against the Washington Commanders, go on to lose against the Vikings, go on to actually have a pretty nice win over the Raiders, but then you lost again against the Chargers. So not Green Bay, Chicago, they're not good. Like, here's my thing. You shouldn't have a problem beating this team. You are a much more talented roster. You are a much more experienced roster. I'm going to say it. Better coaching staff. Is it crazy? Is it crazy? Matt Eberflus, not great. He's a lot like Dennis Allen. Really smart defensive guy. He's a wizard. But when it comes to being a head coach, jury's still kind of out. Not necessarily sold on him as a head coach. But I will say this. Never, ever, ever overlook an opponent. Because if you do, that will result in an embarrassing loss. And if the Saints lose to the Chicago Bears, holy cow, the energy, the life behind this fan base, this team, it will be destroyed. So let's get into the injury report because this is important stuff to talk about. We're going to talk about the Saints and the Bears. I keep wanting to say the Packers, producer Steves. Maybe it's the cold that I got going on. But Ty Summers, he did not participate due to concussion. Lynn Bowden, he has an illness, did not participate. Michael Thomas was limited on Wednesday. He did get some rest time. He has dealing with the illness. They had him there participating in a limited role, though. Andrews Pete, he's back at practice. Ankle injury, limited participant. Taysom Hill has a hip issue, limited participant. Don't really think it's a major issue, but that's the one to monitor. Jimmy Graham, Ryan Ramczyk, per usual. Those are rest days, so nothing crazy there. James Hurst, he also returned to practice. Demario Davis still dealing a little bit with that knee injury. However, he's a limited participant. And Marcus May was a full participant despite dealing with an illness. So I do think when you look at that injury report, I do believe that New Orleans should walk into that game pretty healthy. I don't think that there's a ton of players that you should really be that concerned and missing with injuries. Of course, that could be wrong. I could be totally wrong on that. I will be man enough to admit when I'm wrong, especially on that. So what I will say is, though, I do think that this team will be able to go in. I don't think the Demario Davis injury is really anything, not notable, but anything to worry about. I think of Michael Thomas, he's going to be fine. Andrews Pete, Taysom Hill, Jimmy Graham. I mean, these are all guys that I think will play. I don't think that there's going to be a ton of guys that are inactive that should be ready to go due to injuries and stuff. I think that they'll actually be ready to roll. But guys, I want to take a quick second to talk about Prize Picks. It is the most fun I've had winning up to 25 times my money this football season. You just select 2 or more players, pick more or less based on a numerical stat projection, and you place your entry. And with quick withdrawals, easy gameplay, and an enormous selection of players and stat types, that is what makes Prize Picks the #1 daily fantasy sports app. So here are the projections I'm rolling with this week. I have been showing the Patrick Mahomes Tua projection, but I really like this one, man. This one makes me feel good because I like Patrick Mahomes. I'm never going to project the less for Patrick Mahomes. Jordan Love, I am going to project the less on him. He's not good. I know that he beat the Saints, but no, he didn't. The Saints beat themselves. Now, here's where I'm going to make a lot of money. Here's where I'm making all 25 times my money. Taysom Hill, half a passing yard. Do y'all remember what he did with Rashid Shaheed last week? A 44-yard bomb? I think I'm going to take the more on that one. So if you want to take advantage of that, if you want to go make some money, if you want to follow my lead, go to prizepicks.com/CLNS. Plug in that promo code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. Prize Picks. It's daily fantasy sports made easy. Link is in the comment section and description of this video. So real quick, here is the Bears injury report. Not going to spend too much time on this. If you really need to, pause it, take a screenshot, look at it, observe it, do what you need to do. Notable names on here: Jaquan Brisker, Tremaine Edmonds, Justin Fields, Terrell Smith, and honestly, a little bit of Eddie Jackson. I think that he is a player that will play, a full participant. He is a good guy, or he's a name to look out for as well, though. But let's talk about Justin Fields, because Coach Eberflus announced recently that Fields is out against New Orleans. He said that thumb injury is improving. However, Tyson Bagent will get his third start. The UDFA is going to be getting some action. He's already put up, I don't want to say good numbers, I don't want to say bad numbers, but when you're a UDFA out of Shepherd, what exactly do you expect? Especially when you're with the Chicago Bears, who it really does seem like every 2 years we're trying to talk about who's going to be the quarterback next. So Tyson Bagent, 70 completion percentage, that's not bad. But I also will say this, it doesn't help that he throws a lot of completions to the other team. I mean, he has 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. You know what I say? You know my saying, Two good things can't happen in a row for the Chicago Bears. So there you go. I want you guys to let me know, though, your score predictions. Just let me know. I think that I have the Saints winning by 8 on this one. I'm going to go 28-20 on this. No. I'm not doing 28-20. I'm going 31. 31-33? 31-3? Producer Seeps likes 31-3. You know what? I'm going to take Producer Seeps. 31-3 sounds really good. I like 31-3. Saints defense is elite. F it. 31-3. That's my score prediction. Let me know yours in the comment section. Hey, this is part of the fun at Chat Sports. We like to have fun. We like to talk. It's not guys in suits and ties. It's guys just talking ball. So let's talk about my keys to victory against Chicago. And number 1 is my favorite. Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill! That's my key. Just freaking get him on the field. Put him on the field. If he is not in between the sidelines, damn near every play, what are we doing? What are we doing? Taysom time is electric, y'all. The passing numbers, I've said it before. He's not a quarterback, but he's so good at football, man. And here's the thing. You don't need him to be a full-time quarterback because he's so effective when the rush. He's so effective as a receiver. He has been electric. He is one of the best offensive weapons in the NFL as a whole. If you had to go if you were building a football team and you could pick to build your roster around Justin Fields or Taysom Hill, who are you taking? Honest question. I'm taking Taysom Hill. The versatility is there. He is a phenomenal athlete. He plays 100 miles an hour, is not scared, will run through contact. That is a player that needs to get the ball as much as possible. Get Taysom Hill involved. Not complicated. Give him the ball. Key number 2, sticking on the offensive side of the ball. Get Chris Olave right. I want to see Chris Olave have his bounce back. He was talking a little bit recently in the locker room and after practice saying, I know I've been in a little slump. I know that I've been, struggling a little bit. Feels like everything that could go wrong has gone wrong. I mean, the production's been a little bit weird. There's been miscommunication. There's been some attitude or character concerns with the arrest. I'm not going to I don't want to talk about any of that anymore because it's all good vibes for Chris Olave from here on out. Chris Olave is saying if he gets one big game, he thinks that's all I need. I need one big game, one breakout game, and I'm back, baby. And Dennis Allen, he has plans for that. He said that he's going to be a big part of what we do in the second half of this season. There are opportunities that are going to come up for Olave, and we expect him to do some really good things. So Chris Olave, the receptions, 44. It's kind of wild. He's sneaky is on the way to another 1,000-yard season. I mean, he had over 1,000 yet last season. We're halfway through the season. Got over 500 this year. The math is math, and that means he's on track for 1,000 again. The touchdown numbers are there, or are low. The drops have been a problem. But I will say this. I think that Chris Olave, if he can have a bounce-back game, will be on track, and he will lead to more wins. If you get Chris Olave good, or if you get him mentally right, if you get him back in his swagger, back with some mojo, I think that he will be able to be a big-time contributor as he is expected to be, and the Saints will get more wins, week by week by week by week. But Jalen Johnson is a player to look out for. He is going to be likely guarding Chris Olave. Wouldn't be surprised if he gets some run with Sheed and MT as well. But also a notable name to look out for is Montez Sweat, as the Bears traded for him before the trade deadline on Halloween. Jalen Johnson's a stud. The completion percentage allowed 47.8, and the QB rating when targeted 24.7. Johnson is a top-tier cornerback. He's pretty much the only good thing about that Bears team right now, outside of DJ Moore. But man, Jalen Johnson is a stud. Look out for him. So if you want Chris Olave to ball out, if you want him to absolutely shred, if you want him to be absolutely electric on Sunday, just give me a 12 in the comment section. Type his jersey number, show the Rook some love, send him some good vibes, and let's get back on track, and let's get a dub here. All right, key number 3. Don't play down to the Bears level. Don't play their game. Play your game. Play smart. disciplined, good, clean, creative football. Don't be lame. Don't be stagnant. Don't play sloppy. The Bears will likely make a lot of mistakes. Don't make those same ones. Clean up the penalties. Can we please figure out the frickin' penalty problem? Because holy shit, I'm done talking about this as a key to victory. I'm so tired of talking about penalties. This team literally cannot figure it the F out, and it's a coaching problem. Dennis Allen, it is their issue. If you are a great head coach, if you want to be a great head coach, fix it. Stop letting the same problems happen. It is not okay. Chat stats portion of today's show. Most penalized player, Paulson Adebo. He's had 6 penalties for 87 yards. In total, New Orleans had 54 penalties for 513 yards. They've had 26 different players penalized this season. And here's the craziest part. You're averaging just under 7 penalties a game and just over 64 yards of penalty yards. You're almost giving up an entire field worth of yards just in penalties. You're telling me you could literally march down the field just in your penalty yards per game and kick a field goal. Like, come on. It's done. We're halfway through the season. We'll figure it out thing, it's time. Nut up or shut up. Figure it out, Dennis Allen. You can't keep bouncing around saying words. Make something happen here. And I'm just going to end it here because here's the thing, guys. I only have 3 keys to victory because I don't think that this is a complicated game. The Bears are a bad football team. The Saints, they're playing bad, but they're not a bad football team. They're coached poorly, been mismanaged, but it feels like they're figuring it out. It feels like they're starting to kind of all get in the same flow, get in the same motion. They're all starting to kind of get in sync here. But what I will say is this. You have to come with a smart game plan, and it shouldn't be complicated. Execute, play with discipline, and finish your dinner. You got to finish your plays. You have a deep ball, catch the ball. You're going to go and try and bat a pass away and you get a finger on it, tip it away. If the ball hits your hand, catch it. If you're going to go make a tackle, wrap up and finish it. I don't want the ESPN top 10 hit. I want plays. I want production, and I want execution. Because here's the thing. When DJ Moore runs off because Marshawn Lattimore or Paulson Adebo or Alontae Taylor wanted to just lay some wood on him and lay the wood. When Marshawn Lattimore and Alontae Taylor, Paulson Adebo want to just give a big hit to DJ Moore and he bounces off it and takes it for 80 yards, that's going to end up on ESPN, and you're going to be a not top 10 play. So don't do that. Be smart, play disciplined, finish your plays. That's it. It's not a complicated game. Just do what you got to do and win the game. That's it. It's not hard. It really isn't. And I don't think that it should be overthought. But guys, if you want more coverage, if you want more in-depth analysis, if you want to just talk about the New Orleans Saints, feel free to hit me up on Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok at TraceGirouard48. I made the username the same on all 3 platforms. So give me a follow, hit me up, interact with me, send me a DM. You know I love chopping it up with the Who Dat Nation. As always, Saints fans, y'all stay golden. Hope I shake this cold by Sunday because otherwise it's going to be a long day. Y'all stay golden. See you next time.